we'll chat with the woman who's making a living with her Snapchat drawing.
Hey guys, welcome back to Between Bells. Our next guest decided to quit her day job as a graphic artist to make Snapchat drawings. She now brings in a six-figure salary on Snapchat, according to Forbes. So joining us now is Snapchat artist CyreneQ. Thank you so much for joining us. So how did you become a Snapchat artist? And two, how did you be able to make so much money off of these things?
I am so glad to be here. Yeah, I did quit my full-time job as a web designer for the top telecom company over a year ago. And so my Snapchat journey all started. I used Snapchat as a creative tool to just send pictures to my friend. But it wasn't until I created my celebrity selfie series and I posted that online, and one of the publication actually got it. And it got a ton of attention. It even got a ton of attention, enough to get Kevin Jonas, one of the Jonas Brothers, attention. And he posted it on his Instagram. He posted it on his Twitter. And I got my first wave of followers there. And that's where it all started. Brands started contacting me, seeing that, you know, Snapchat is more than just a messaging app and that there's so much more to it.
I'm surprised with Kevin Jonas and all the fans like that were texting and tweeting you weren't sending you death threats. Don't touch our Kevin Jonas.
I actually had some. It's like, oh my gosh, you're with Kevin Jonas. I'm so jealous.
So how are you able to make this art? There's like, are you using, because I know when I use Snapchat, I use my finger to draw and there's no way it would look like that. So
Yeah.
Are you using a special device or are you using like a stylus kind of thing?
In the beginning, I used my fingers, but then now I use the stylus on my Note phone, Samsung Note 5, and that's what I use primarily to draw.
So how much are brands willing to pay for your photos? Are you shopping them to particular ones and you say, I know this one will work for this one and this one will work for this one? Like, how much are you getting from these people?
I'm getting up to $30,000 for a Snapchat campaign, and so that was enough to say, hey, I'm going to put the office job on hold for a while. I can always go back to it and then take this opportunity on Snapchat.
Definitely. So one of those campaigns, say one that would be up to $30,000, is this one photo or is it multiple photos? Is it a story or, you know, is it something that lasts ongoing? What does that kind of look like?
It's actually a whole story. So even though a Snapchat only lasts for maybe 2 minutes, because that's the attention span, these stories have a lot more going on to them. I do storyboarding, I do scripts, and then after that, I tell it to the brand. And so it's basically like a commercial, but not really a commercial. It's an interactive commercial that's on my Snapchat. And it's something that's different from any others because on Snapchat, you get to interact with your followers. They're not just watching a video ad. I invite my followers to screenshot, draw, and snap me back. And I think that's what makes it effective. And I think brands who understand that see the value in that, because for somebody to spend 5-10 minutes interacting with your Snapchat and drawing brand assets and snapping it back to you, I think that's so valuable that you can't get from likes or comments from other social media.
Snapchat is the first day it's on the stock market. It's trading at $25 a share right now. It sold 100 million shares within the first 30 minutes today. So do you think this Snapchat IPO is going to be good for Snapchat influencers like you?
I think it is because, you know, Snapchat hasn't really had a relationship with the influencers lately, but then lately, not in the past, but lately, you know, I've been contacted with Snapchat and they're asking my opinion. They're asking what I think of the app, and they're starting to create a relationship with the influencer. I've been seeing changes and they're more open to communicating.
So do you think that Snapchat's IPO could lead to some new features on Snapchat that, you know, us users or, you know, contributors like you could take advantage of?
I hope so. I hope that I see some analytics, a ton of Snapchats, and maybe there's a way to organize fans' snapbacks and maybe auto-save them, and so I can see every single one of them. And I'm excited on where this is going to go.
Yeah, maybe you'll get your own Discover page.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean, I can have my own CyreneQ show.
Yeah. So even though you said you're different than other Snapchat users, to be something like us who use Snapchat, what's your favorite Snapchat filter that you use?
My favorite Snapchat filter would probably be the face swap filter. I like swapping my faces with like dolls or the dollar bill, and I think there's just so much things you could do with it. And then like you can impersonate celebrities and put their face on your face.
I love impersonating the celebrities personally. But I was just saying, Baker and I haven't even done the face swap
No,
yet. We really need to do that.
We do the dog one all the time.
Oh, you could do it. You can do it right now. You can face
We
swap.
could. Actually, we could do that before the
definitely
show
could do
is
that.
over with.
So do you ever do any like Instagram stories? Or I know we obviously know Instagram stories is a huge competitor to Snapchat. Do you ever go on that platform, or are you strictly to Snapchat because you know it has better features for you for your art?
And because we've heard a lot of influencers are leaving Snapchat to go to Instagram, so it's good to see that you're still on that platform.
I think Instagram is interesting in its own ways, and it has its own set of audience. But my audience, every time I would tell my Snapchat followers to go on Instagram, I get a lot of message saying, I've already established my friends on Snapchat. I don't understand Instagram stories. And for me, I don't think that I can get the interaction that I want on Instagram. I have a lot of Snapchat specific stories, like tap here to go to the like gamifying the Snapchat, and that feature doesn't translate well there. Maybe if Instagram does have those features in the future, I mean, there might be competition, but right now, Snapchat is the medium that I can express myself creatively and get the interaction that I'm looking for.
Well, Cyrene, we want to thank you so very much for joining us and giving us your perspective on that. Come on.